I'm an American who lived and worked in Europe for 4 years, and I had 29 days of paid vacation. Yes, you heard that right. The European Union actually has a law that all full-time workers are entitled to at least 20 days of paid vacation a year. So it is literally the law that you get a month of paid vacation per year. At least. I lived in Ireland specifically, and I had 29 days off a year, plus paid holidays, so it equaled out to around 40 days off a year, paid. How many times can I say that? That is why you see so many people living in Europe, Europeans themselves, immigrants, expats, always constantly traveling, and you wonder, what the heck are they doing? How are they doing this? The answer is that you're encouraged to take that time off, and you're encouraged to go on vacation, to go travel. In some countries, it is even illegal for your boss to try and contact you about work while you're on vacation. Furthermore, there is no such thing as sick time. That term did not exist in Ireland. If you were sick, and you were getting paid no matter what. There was no such thing as combining PTO and sick time. And at the end of the day, everyone, even with all their time off, still got their work done. What a surprise. It really makes you sit back and think, why is this not the norm in America? This is exactly what I mean when I preach that there's no work-life balance in America, because our lives are not prioritized, our work is prioritized. We live to work, and when I lived in Europe, we worked to live.
Okay, so I'm an American living in London, and let me tell you, living in Europe is freaking better than living in America. And yes, I know every one of you Europeans is going to come at me in the comments and say, we don't want Americans here, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I'm telling you, life is better in Europe. If you have the opportunity to move here. I am changing my full perspective of life living here. It is worth it. Please go take the opportunity if you have the chance. And yes, I'm a couple glasses of wine in, but let me tell you, life is good here. Take the opportunity. Good night.
Trump is being protested all over the world. MAGA in Europe means make America go away. Europe is also wondering, where are all the adults in the USA? And this sign, it's my favorite. It's fucking brilliant. The USA already has too much ice. Those are some of my favorite signs from a massive protest that took place at the US Embassy in Copenhagen, Denmark over the weekend, because Europe is fucking pissed. And today, Sunday, January 18th, the EU is meeting in an emergency capacity to try to figure out how they are going to respond to Trump's latest tantrum, where he's threatening to impose tariffs if they don't give him Greenland. And watching the people protest in Denmark and in Minneapolis, I think the real lesson here is that winter people are not to be trifled with. And look, I'm a Midwesterner. I grew up near Chicago, et maintenant j'ai un pied à terre à Quebec, so j'aime l'hiver. I like winter, but I cannot winter like these people can winter. Look at the Danes and the Greenlanders looking downright cozy while they are protesting. They're not cold at all. And look at the Minnesotans. They are building protest sleds. They are out singing to ice. They are bundled up, and this cold is not deterring them at all. And it reminds me of something a friend of mine said years ago. It was brilliant, and I've never forgotten it. They said, there's no bad weather, there's only bad clothing. And I'm keeping that in mind, because we gonna be protesting for the long haul, y'all, and we cannot wait for nice weather to do it. So gotta up the gear.
I'm sorry, I have to say it, but living in America is such an empty experience. I am in Croatia right now, and I've been to Europe several times, and every time I come to Europe, I am reminded how empty America is. The way people conduct themselves in Europe, rather than the way it is in America, is night and day, okay? The way women dress here is more modest. The way men are here is more modest in some ways. The lifestyle is more calmer. Things are not as expensive. Things are healthier. The food is healthy. The water is better. The air is better. It smells better. Everything about this place is just so beautiful. And as I'm getting older, I'm realizing in America, all you do is work like a dog. You work from 9 to 5. You don't even have enough time to spend your money because you're paying it on bills. The food on the shelves are just literally killing everybody. Why do you think everybody in America has autoimmune diseases and that doesn't take place in any other country? It's insane. So the more time I'm spending outside of America, the more I'm realizing just how empty it is. America to me is a pretty thing, but when you explore it further, it's just fucking empty on the inside. And tell me I'm wrong.
I live and work in Spain, making roughly 1,000 euros a month, which is...
So my friend sent me this and was asking me if it's true because I'm also living in Spain currently, and it's 100% true. So much to the point that I'm going to break down all of my costs a month to show you how absolutely ridiculously livable it is. Rent, €325. Utilities, €30. Food for 1 month, €150. And I kind of spend a lot on food compared to my friends, so that's saying something. Phone bill plus Wi-Fi, €27 a month. Gym, €30 a month. One singular bus ride is 40 cents. I also get breakfast out every single day, and it's literally affordable to do that. I get like a sandwich with tomato and tuna. Don't knock it until you try it. It's really good. And then I get a cafe con leche, which is practically like a latte. Every morning, the total is $3.30. $3.30. You can't even get a coffee. You can't even get half a coffee for that in the United States. I'm in Granada, and a glass of wine is costing me like €3. And the thing about Granada is you get a tapa with it for free. So what my friends and I will do whenever we want to go out is we'll get 3 glasses of wine, and that comes with 3 tapas, which pretty much is dinner. And then you're literally spending €9 on 3 drinks and dinner. And the wine doesn't make you as hungover because it doesn't have all these additives that the United States has. I also only work 14 hours a week. Yeah. Now that's not normal to Spain. It's just like with the program I'm with. I'm walking everywhere. Like it's always sunny outside. Not to mention everyone's literally so friendly. The party life is so much better. Not to mention they got siestas. Come on. Like the best way I would describe living in this country is you feel like a human being. Everything shuts from 2 to 5, 5:30ish every single day so everyone can go home and relax, eat a meal, take a nap. Most things are shut on Sundays, so you always have that day off to just rest. There's fruterias on every single corner where you're getting, like I literally get all my fruits and vegetables for the whole week for like €6 from the fruteria, and they're like amazing quality. I cannot stress enough, if you have the opportunity to come to Spain and just experience life here, whether it's just like short-term, long-term, do it because it will change your life and your perspective.
The longer I live in Spain, the more I realize how pitiful it is that Americans don't know more languages. Because every American watching this has the general knowledge that Europeans don't really like us, but we don't really know why. It wasn't until I moved out to Spain and started having more international friends that I realized how ignorant we look in comparison to the rest of the world. Because in the US, only knowing English is the norm for many people. So when you're surrounded by the norm, it doesn't really feel like it's an issue, it just feels like the norm. But then you come out to the EU, in my case Spain, and you realize, oh yeah, we are idiots. Because all of the European friends I have tell me that the second, third, or even fourth language they learned when they were in secondary or primary school. And this just really got me thinking because when I was in middle school, I don't know what the equivalent would be in the EU. It's when you're 13, we call it 6th grade. Learning a second language was part of our curriculum, but it wasn't stressed as something that we had to learn. Like we never learned the language in order to actually live in the country abroad. It was just to pass the curriculum. And then I cut to moving to Europe. In my friend group alone, I feel like the idiot amongst them because I'm the only one that isn't fluent in at least 3 different languages. So if you are American and you're watching this, we need to take this as our sign to actually step up our game and learn multiple languages. Because right now I'm conversational in German, I can understand Dutch, and I'm learning Spanish, and I still feel behind.
Europe is eye candy for Americans. Like, look at this. What? Why can't we be old and hot?
Hello everyone. Aside from the Americans who are in Europe, like wanting to live in Europe, spend their life in Europe, we also have this American guy who is actually apologizing. Like he is saying that he is sorry for Donald Trump. He is saying that he is sorry for Donald Trump. Let us just watch this. Watch this, lovely people.
Hey everyone, I'm American and I'm sorry about Donald Trump. I apologize. I really strongly apologize. I'm very, very sorry. Hey everyone, I'm American and I'm very sorry about Trump. I apologize. Hey everyone, I have an announcement. I'm American and I'm very sorry about Donald Trump. So, what's your name?
Harry.
Harry, and you're from the UK, yeah?
Yeah.
Ben, and you're Abby. I want to say, Harry and Abby, I'm really sorry for the United States right now, for our president, and I'm really sorry. So I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
American.
Hey guys, so you're from Belgium, right? Yeah. Okay, I just want to say I'm really, really, really sorry for America right now. We're screwing up. The guy in charge is not the best, and on behalf of America, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Do you forgive me? Or yes? Okay. Thank you. Maybe you shouldn't, but thank you.
Fuck ice.
Yes, fuck ice. Exactly. Yeah. Hey everyone, I just want you to know I'm American and I'm very sorry about Donald Trump. I apologize and we're working on it.
The job market is so bad that young Americans are picking up and moving to Europe looking for a job. If you're under 30, you have no future here in America.
Okay, I will respond to this one as my last video, but then I have to go to dinner. So people always say this, that Americans don't care about anyone else except for America. But what people don't understand is that Americans are so obsessed with Europe. They are so obsessed with Europe. London, with Paris, with Italy, with all like everything French. There's such like a Francophile vibe in the US, and all people want to do is travel to Europe, go to Europe, learn about Europe, eat European foods. Like there's an obsession in the US. So yes, in some ways, I'm sure this comment applies to some people that live in the US out of the 300 million people that live in the US. But I would say on the whole, they're generally, honestly, like too obsessed with Europe in a way that is. So my parents and my sister went to Europe for about 3 weeks over the holidays. And they went to Barcelona, Portugal, Rome, Catania, and then in Sicily, where my grandfather's from. He's from this little town called Campobello. And so they went there, and they also went with my sister's fiance's mother and her boyfriend, who are from Colombia. And they, of course, you know, in Colombia, they're like, what the hell is going on over there in the US? But when they were traveling in Europe, you know, you obviously spark conversations with people. And when they were asking my parents, you know, where are you from? You know, they say the US, and people are just like, oh, like, what the hell is going on there? What's up with your president? And I was like, did anybody say anything positive? I mean, there's got to be some people out there. Like, no one that we interacted with. In fact, well, I know like my whole family, they're in Sicily. They're always like messaging my mom on WhatsApp, like, what's going on? Are you okay? But then they were in the little town that my family lives in, and this old man had come up, and he was barely could speak any English, but he had asked where they were from, and he was just like, Trump, like the way he said it. And my parents were like, no, we don't like him. And the guy was like, you could tell he was relieved, but he was just like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's the sentiment there in Europe. Obviously, I know couldn't ask everybody, but that was the main sentiment from a majority of the people that they talked to, which we know. I mean, I already freaking knew, but it was just interesting to hear. I know that there is one country that definitely loves our president, though. Actually, my friend used to date someone that lived in Israel, and when he came here in 2020, he couldn't go back home until he had the Make America Great Again red hat. And I was just like, what is the obsession? It's fucking weird. But yeah, and then she ended up moving there for him, and they're not even together. But yeah, so that's what's going on over there.
Hey, lovely people, welcome back. The truth is that what we have, we don't always value it. That's what I can say. Like, what we have, we don't always value it, because just what is this? Like, Americans are wishing to move to Europe. Yeah, they are happy in Europe. They are wishing to be in Europe, wishing to work and live in Europe. But Africans, they want to move to America. They are wishing to move to America. This simply explains life. People do not value what they have. Because Africans have seen what Americans have as God, like as heaven. You get as heaven, as the best thing ever. But Americans, they don't see that. They don't see that. Instead, when they move to Europe, they are happy. They are happy living there. They are happy working there. And guess what? Some of them are even saying that they do not want to come back again. That you have a lot of paid off days in Europe as compared to America, and they are loving it. Yes, they are loving the paid off days, which are things that you can't really get. You can't get up to that number of days in America, but they are enjoying it in Europe. So they just love it. I'm like, these people, are you okay? Are you okay? Africans are wishing to live in America and work full time 247. They want to work because they need the money. They want to work very well so that when they are resting, if they can take, their years to work and then maybe just rest at their old age. Some Africans will gladly do that. But you see, Americans, they are there wishing, oh, we prefer Europe. Oh, we prefer to be in Europe. Oh, we prefer to work in Europe too. Gosh, like, anyways, I was really enjoying the clips. Seriously, I was enjoying it. What about you, lovely people? Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you are coming in for the very first time or you haven't subscribed. Please, I'm seeing a lot of people but they are not subscribing. Please, guys, please, family, push us to 1,000 subscribers. Please. All right, thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to state your opinion at the comment section. Like, comment and share, and see you in our next video. Bye.